at the same moment and started recording also. Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon who are in YouTube also. Okay, sorry for the late class because I'm facing some issues. Okay, so class became a little bit late. No issue. I think it won't happen again. So UPS arrangement is happening. So okay. Yeah, okay. Monisha, just check with your internet. Everyone is saying like it's audible properly. Okay. Hi, Tejashree. Good afternoon, guys. So first thing, like today we don't have any introductory. This one questions is there. Okay. So I lost it somehow. So we will directly go for that. We are discussing about the chondrichthyes or cartilaginous fishes, right? So cartilaginous fishes or chondrichthyes means what? These complete fishes are made up of the cartilage, not from bones. That's the important thing. When you go to the chordates and all the things, we will normally come across with a few terms like bone, right? What is bone? Bone is a hard structure which is made up of. I don't know, Sneha. They are saying, okay. I am also not sure what they are planning. Good afternoon. So, what, in which chemical the bone is made up of? Do you guys think? Is it silicon? Is it iron? Is it hydrogen? Or is it something else different? Anybody knows which chemical exactly? Calcium and any compound? Any compound? Calcium, yeah, calcium is correct, right? Calcium carbonate and all the other structures. So calcium can be present in different forms. That's also there. And next one question. Okay, magnesium, potassium. Sorry, I will mute everyone. Okay, and another one question. What do you guys think? Is bone is living structure or dead structure? Yes, correct. Mohan. Is it living structure or dead structure? Dead, dead, dead. Carbon na? Ha. Living, dead. Yes. Remember, if your bone is a dead structure, okay, then if you fracture your bones, it will never heal, right? So if you cut your fingernails, it never heals because it's a dead structure, right? And if your bones are dead, then you are not growing. Okay, you will be in a same height only, like 1 feet or 2 feet only, never growing. 1 feet also like more, right? Almost like half feet or 1 feet only. So will be never growing. So remember, bones are living. Okay, bones are living structures. How it will be living, even though it's made up of most of the inorganic materials. Okay, inorganic materials, that means calcium carbonate and magnesium and potassium structures. Okay, that will be there, but along with that, it also connected with several thousands of capillaries and filled with blood circulation and different kinds of the fluids. Okay, so it's a living structure, not a dead structure. Okay, that's why it's growing. And remember, and all the calcium which is present in your bones are always sticking out, and the new calcium particles will be keeping it there. Okay, why it's happening like that? It can keep the calcium like that only, right? After certain age, growth will not take place. Yeah, 100% sure. Okay, but still calcium rearrangement will be happening. Why it should happen? Hair is living then? No, hair is not living. Hair is just a excretory material. Okay, osteoblasts, osteocytes, osteoclasts, cells of bones. No. Not these cells are not made up of this one, calcium, Manvita. These cells have the ability to build the calcium or break the calcium or rearrange the calcium. Okay, so that's the difference. So what's happening here? If the same calcium is kept in your bone, so then what happens? The growth, everything will become hindered because bone is a very hard structure. That's why it always remove some of the calcium, our body, and use that calcium in other part of the body for the muscle movement and all the different structures. And new calcium that is intake by food or anything, it will be added to the bone. Okay, this is a complete circular process happening all the time. But in when you are getting old, like after 40-50 years, then what happens? that breaking of the that bones will become more, and rearrangement or re-putting those calcium will become very less. So in that structures, in that kind of persons, like after certain age or old peoples, those sorry, those bone strength will be very less. That's why if they fall somewhere, their these bones will break easily compared to yours. Or if you have some brother like 4 or 5 years age, if they fall, nothing will happen. Or if the same place, if a 80-year or 90-year person falls, then they will break all their bones, right? That's what happening. Yes. Mm, yeah, nails is a dead structure and hairs is also dead structure. Okay, keratin is just a protein deposition. Okay, we can't say proteins are living. Okay, we only say these ones are living. Enzymes are living. Okay. Good afternoon, Ashwin. Good afternoon, Gopika. Yeah. So and that's what happens. It also there are like several things are there. Okay, when we go for that human physiology, there we will discuss about the things. So what's the difference here? Major thing here it don't have any bones, so it have cartilages. Okay, so if you cut this fish and if you want to eat it, you will be very happy because you can't stuck with any bones or anything. Okay, you can eat it very easily, right? That's a good thing related to the cartilaginous fishes who are eat fish for them. Okay, good afternoon. Yeah, we will move on. Okay, we will go on to the structures. First one, they have the cartilaginous endoskeleton. That means they do have an endoskeleton, and those endoskeleton is made up of the cartilage. That means chondrocytes are there. Okay, that's very, very important thing. Second one, persistent notochord throughout life. Remember, when we are discussing about vertebrate, we mentioned one term. So notochord will be present only in the embryo process. Later, it will be transferred to the vertebral column, we told. Okay, those only true for the organisms which have a bony endoskeleton. Okay, which have the bony endoskeleton. What happens? This cartilaginous notochord will be there. Later it will be converted into our spinal cord. That happens. But in this kind of fishes, the bones will never form, right? Bones never forms. So that notochord only changes in certain structure and it remains throughout the life. There will be like not a drastic change like the other organisms. It will be simple kind of a change. Okay. Good afternoon, Harsh. Okay, so that's the thing is there. So that's remember about it. Even though we stated as a general character in the vertebrate, there are like exceptions. It's a chondritis or cartilaginous fishes are exceptions because they do not have the bones. Okay. Good afternoon, Sushma. Yeah, next one. They are cold-blooded. So I want to ask this question. Okay, we already discussed this thing. So I want to ask that one more time. So what is the meaning of cold-blooded or poikilotherm or ectotherm? What is the meaning of these things? What's the meaning of these things? Hi, Sushma. Yes, anybody? Nobody? They adjust their body, then blood cells are produced in these fishes. I will come back to this. Yes. Exactly. Okay, they can't regulate their body temperature. So where they are dependent to? They are dependent on the environment for temperature change. That's really important. Okay, body temperature depends on the environment. Exactly. Cold-blooded means what? How will be the external temperature? Same temperature will be maintained inside of the body. Okay, it's actually one time it's a very good thing. Okay, so why it's a very good thing? Because it do not have to spend lot of currency. Currency means what is the currency of our body? Currency of living cell or living body. What is the currency? There will be some currency name is there, right? Like dollar, rupee, like exactly ATP, right? ATP, adenosine triphosphate. So ATP is the currency. So you do not have to spend the currency to get it warm. Okay. So you don't have the AC or anything. We told you, right? It will be like when outside is cold, it will become cold, body temperature. When outside is warm, body become warm. Okay. You will learn how it will do all these things. Okay. Yes, exactly, Gopika, right? Yeah, how it will do everything in the 12th ecology chapter. Okay, but we will keep like that. So we will take another example of crocodile also. Okay, crocodile also poikilotherm only because it belongs to the reptile. Okay, so what the crocodile will do? So it will be present in the water. Okay. When it feels that body became too cold, it will come back to the this shore for the to receive the sunlight, right? So sunbathing, it will do the sunbathing, so body will become warm, then again it will go back to the water. It will do like that. These fishes will also have the similar kind of the things. Okay, they will swim in a different depths, and they should be constantly swimming. That's secondary. I will tell you why it should constantly swimming, but it will swim constantly, and it will swim in different length of the ocean, because in oceans also the temperature will change when you come to the surface. Okay, in the morning region the temperature will be comparatively little high compared to the colder inner region. Okay, so normally they will come to the surface and again they will go back to maintain their temperature. They will also do that. Okay, so these are basically cold blooded, all these cartilaginous fishes. Okay, then contain placoid scales. Okay, what are placoid scales then? Have you seen scales in the this one fish? You can click on yes or no, or you can like check like yes, you can type yes, right? You already seen a scales, right? Yeah, fish scales. I told you, right? Somewhat like we will write something like this, right? These are called scaloid bones, scaloids actually, kind of scales. Divide cyclostomata. Ha, Manisha. Yeah. But here we mentioned a different term. This is called a placoid scales. What's the meaning of this? Placoid scales means these are almost straight without any change kind of the scales. Okay, I will show you. These are actually placoid scales. It's actually a microscopic image. As you can see, this scales is not like this. Regularly, while we are writing, we write something like this, right? This belongs to the bony fish, what we are writing, this kind of scales, right? Bony fish have this kind of scales. But these cartilaginous fish have these kind of scales. Okay, if you ever get a chance, okay, what you guys will do in fish market, you will normally get these cartilaginous fishes. Okay, whatever you get or not, you normally get the dogfish. Okay, so take that fish and try to move your this one hand from head to the tail portion. Okay, you feel nice kind of structure. Okay, then try to do the same thing from tail to the head portion. Okay, when you try to do that, all these placoid scales will rise and it will stuck to your hands. Okay, everything like some obstruction will start to come. Okay, so placoid scales will be arranged like this. These are almost like straight kind of these scales, not like bented or kind of scales. These will be arranged throughout their body, and these are almost kind of sharp, exactly, but it won't like hurt you that much. Okay, but these are non-visible. Okay, these are so small. If you do it in a very like with high velocity, it will pierce your skin, exactly. But if you do it smoothly, nothing will happen. Okay, but when you observe those bony fishes, you can find the scales very properly because scales are very large. But in here, scales are so small. Okay, if you want to see the scales, you have to see it in a microscope. If you go for BSc in a very good college, then you will do all these experiments, removing the skin and dissolving the skin in some acids, and then only taking the placoid scales and watching it in the microscope, how the structures will be and everything. You will do, okay, all these practicals you will do. So we don't know how many people are going for the BSc, right? Most of you are going for the NEET anyway. So you guys won't get the chance, I think. But it will be very good, okay? The shape and everything will be so proper and all the things, okay? So these kind of scales, as you can see, if I write like this, it will be somewhat like this, okay? These kind of scales is called as the placoid scales. Okay, we will write like this. Yes, these are called as the placoid scales. These kind of scales only present in the cartilaginous fishes. Okay. Second, gills are not covered by the operculum. Okay, so somebody asked a question. Okay, actually the question is very good. So what is this? What's the meaning of gills then? Okay, so we have a confusion because when we are learning about the this one also, arthropoda also, we actually mentioned about gills, book lungs or book gills, right? Here also I'm mentioning the gills. Okay, in the later part also I mentioned about the gills. Then what is the meaning of the gills? Okay, Gills, what happens is these are exactly like our lungs. Okay, lungs, what happens, all these skins will be arranged somewhat like this, right? But in gills, what happens, all the skin will arrange somewhat like this. Okay, somewhat like this, and this will be very thin. Okay, here layer will be very thin, and it's covered with all the capillaries. Okay, thin capillaries, and they will help in the exchange of the gases. Okay, these kinds of gills normally present in the aquatic forms. Okay, normally present in the aquatic forms, and gills will help in the respiration or exchange of the gases. Okay, so in here we will exchange the gases with the surrounding air, but aquatic forms exchange the water, sorry, exchange the gas in the surrounding water. Okay, the changes is same only, but here medium is air, their medium is water only. Okay, that's why some changes should be there, because by taking or taking the oxygen from the this one air, or taking the oxygen from the water, both are not similar processes. It have a little bit difficult, so the changes will be there. Okay, so these gills are present, and these gills are actually surrounded by or covered by operculum. Okay, what is not covered by the operculum? So what is operculum then? Operculum means, when I'm writing the fish, I wrote something like this, right? Here is the mouth and the eyes. So this actual covering is called operculum. If you remove this operculum, inside that you can find the gills. Four gills will be there. Okay. But as you can see here, it's actually a sharp skin. So you do not have any operculum. All the gill slits are open directly, right? Here you can see the gills. If you can zoom it a little bit, or like take your mobile a little bit near to your eyes. Okay, you can see the gills here, small kind of gills, right? But they do not covered by any kind of the structure. Okay, so that's important. These have the gills, but these are not covered with the operculum. That will be very important. Okay, so next one is jaws are well developed. That's very important. If you take any example, especially if you take the examples of, one second guys. Okay, if you take the example of the shark. Okay, sir, that is single gill or not? No, it's not a single gill. The number of gills normally vary. Okay, number of gills will be normally vary. But if you take example of a shark or anything, it will have the like more than like 4 to 5 kinds of 4 to 5 serially arranged gills. Okay, later everything will be connected towards inner side. So that will be there. Okay, next. Jaws are well developed, and in shark it will be very well developed, and it have a lot of strength also. Okay, and in if you take an example of shark only, probably you've seen its teeth, right? Of fierce kind of the teeth, but these teeth are not arranged properly, right? These teeth are arranged random manner. If you here only I showed, right? Probably here, just watch about their I can't pause it. Okay, so you just watch their teeth here, right? A triangular kind, inverts. Yeah, exactly, Chivan. Okay. Placard scales only present in the cartilaginous fish. Okay, as you can see here, these what is that? These have the well-developed kind of the teeth, but these teeth are not as originated as ours. This teeth is actually modified placard scales. Okay, that's why it is like some shape like this, and why it's mounted inwards, because these are actually modified placard scales only. Okay. Piranha fish will be, it's a bony fish. Okay, it have a different kind of things. There actually bones will develop to form the teeth. But here placard scales, what we saw, right? That's only modified into form the all those teeth. Okay, what is the advantage then? Okay, very advantage is how many times it may lose the scale or the teeth, the new teeth will come. Okay, so it's not like if you lose something like your teeth after your adult age, if you lose some of your teeth, it will be done, right? You have to put another one new from like synthetic or any other things. But here that won't happen, because these are modified scales. Even though it will be removed, the new thing will become. That's very advantage, because all these creatures are more fierce, and they want it for the fighting and all the things, right? That will be there. and digestive tract is complete, and it will leads to the cloaca. We already sorry, talked about cloaca, right? So it's a common opening. So remember, this is important. Okay, it have a cloaca. That's very important. And air bladder is absent. What is the air bladder then? Air bladder is actually, it's also called a swimming bladder. It's a tissue in that bony fishes will have the air. Okay, it will fill the air within that. So how it will be helpful? So it will increase the buoyancy. Buoyancy means floating, right? It will help in the buoyancy. So it can move it easily. Bony fishes can move easily above and below and everywhere because it's buoyant. Okay. But if you take the cartilaginous fish, it do not have the air bladder. If it do not have the air bladder means what? It do not have the buoyancy, right? It can't float easily like that kind of bony fish. It can't float. Okay. So it have to swim continuously. Okay. That's why what it have to do, it have to swim continuously. If it stops swimming, it will die of it will be completely drawn. Okay, exactly like you. What happens if you swimming and if you don't pedal your legs and hands, then what happens? You'll be drawn, right? Exactly same thing happens. So if it won't swim, it will die. So should swim continuously. Okay, I'm telling vice versa. Yeah, exactly. Air bladder is absent. So if air bladder is present in the bone, it will be present in bony fishes. So that will help in the floating. But here air bladder is absent. So it have to swim continuously. So it will die. Again, what happens? Like it will go to the depth of the oceans, right? So hi, it is strong only, Tejas. Teeth are very strong. Okay. So, Preetham, I didn't understand, bro. Okay. So, what I mean, like, it will go to the depth of the ocean. That's very dangerous. You know why? Because every meter, when you go in depth of the ocean, so above 1 meter, all the water will be there, right? All the pressure will be acting on you, right? Yes, exactly. There will be a lot of pressure will be there. Okay. So, that's very important thing. Then they don't take rest. They don't take rest means they do actually, but not like this. Swimming will be there, or little bit of like leaving the swimming and again swimming. All those things will be there. Okay, there will be some channels will be there in the inside the ocean. They will use that also. Okay, you guys are very good things about sleeping. Okay, in sleeping also the issue is like these have the very abilities, the organisms which are having this kind of difficulties have the ability to take rest in the part of the brain only at the time, some part of the brain another time, those kind of states also there. Okay, so different kinds of things floating in same place. I'm not sure. Yeah. So next one is a heart is two chambered. Two chambered means one auricle and one ventricle only. Okay. So as you can observe here, so one auricle here, one ventricle here, and so blood is pumping. Okay. So capillaries will be here. Okay. So it will be channeling. Okay. So that's what happens. Okay, okay, Pratham. Okay, so only have a two-chambered heart, one auricle and one ventricle kind of the heart it will have. Okay, uh, and another one thing, what I forgot, like you guys are asking, right? What is the thing? If I can write somewhat like this, right? It's somewhat smiling. Yeah. Okay. So what are these things you guys are asking, right? These are called nares. Okay. These are called nares. What is the meaning of nares? Nares are like our nostrils. Okay. Nares are means our nostrils meaning. Okay. But this do not have any functions because these only have external nares. That means external appendage is there, but it do not have any internal nares as we have an internal nose, right? They don't have anything like that. They only have the external nares. Okay, so that much only. And they have some sensors in this part, so it will sense the external water environment. Sorry, how the water will be there, water condition will be there. Okay, I told you, right? You also have to do all these things. You have to remove this part and you have to check how it will be and all the things. If you go for BSc, that will be completely different thing. Okay, so that much. We'll move on to the next.
Is gill slits and nares are same? No, it's completely different. I told you, right? 1 second, guys. I'll come back to you. Gill slits are here. These are gill slits. Okay, gill slits. Front one is the nares. Nair is like our, it's morphologically looks like our nostril. Okay, these are not nostrils. Morphologically, for your remember. Okay, so next one. So some of them have the electric organ. That's really important. Example is torpedo, as you can see here. Okay, this one is a torpedo. Don't get confused between these two. Okay, how they have the electron organs. Last class I'm explaining. Some of you are there, some of them are not there. What is cloaca? Cloaca is a common opening, Chirant. Okay, so in our body, you will have a different opening for the different removing the different kinds of waste and everything, right? But in some of the organisms, all of that urinary tract and digestive tract ending and genital tract, everything ending with a single opening. That's what we call it as the cloaca. Okay, yeah, cavity in digestive. You can say that. So, what we are discussing, how these produce the electric. This is called a torpedo, and it have the ability to produce electricity. That means shock, small shock things. Okay, how it will do means every one of us in our body we have ion channels. Okay, what are these ion channels? Our cells, our plasma membrane maintains different concentration of ions in different regions. Okay, intracellular there will be a complete different kind of concentration region. Like sodium will be sodium will be high, and outside potassium will be high, like that. Okay, so those will have a kind of voltage, but will be very minimum. Okay, but these organisms, these, if you take example of a torpedo, they have a kidney shaped organs. Okay, kidney shaped organs. Those are actually act like a battery. Okay, we don't have the battery. We have the ability to produce the electricity. Everyone have the ability. Okay, your heart is beating because electricity supply is happening. Okay, in your heart there will be a node called SA node. Okay, sinoatrial node, that will produce a potential or electric charge. That's what making your heart beating. Okay, so similar kind, every organism have the ability to produce the electricity, but we don't have the facility to store it. Okay, but these organisms have the facility to store that particular electricity. Okay, and they release that electricity at the same time. Okay, exactly one moment. Then because of the stored energy, the voltage will be very high. Okay, so what it will do, it can use this for either defensing or offense. That means to capture a food or to get away from a predator. Okay, it will do it for both of the things. Okay, why other animals can't get shock inside water? You guys can answer this one. Okay, because remember guys, think about a swimming pool. Okay, and you put an electric charge and take back. Okay, you put an electric charge for 1 second in one corner of the think that this is the swimming pool. You put an electric charge for 1 second in here, and you took back. Okay, what about the person which is standing in here? Okay, think about this is like 10 watt or how much, 50 watt, sir, something. Okay, 50 volt. Think it about 50 volt. Okay, what about this person who is standing in the water in here? What happens to him? Is he die, or is he something will happens to him? You guys know better. You guys know better about physics, right? Any answers? Who are good in physics? I don't know the answer. You have to tell. He will get shocked. Next, nothing will happen. Yes. Anything else? Remember, whatever the electric charge may be, whatever the electric charge may be, this is not that the electric charges or anything is always obeying the laws of the thermodynamics and everything, right? So even though in the ocean it is releasing the electric current, the surrounding water will be organisms which is nearby will be electrocuted. Okay, only nearby. But what happens? The electricity can't flow directly until you are giving it continuously, right? If you give and take back, then what happens? There will be a lot of ions will be there. Those ions also absorb the energy and they will go to higher states, right? It have millions of ions surrounding in the water, so it can't travel that much until it will be continuous. Okay, yes, exactly. So if you gave the continuous, like if you gave the current wire in here, if you dip the current wire in here, he will die 100%. Okay, but it's like a partial second, okay, a portion of a second or a second, then it's not a continuous. The other ions which is nearby will get charged, right? That much. It can't travel continuously. If it can travel continuously, then that will be miracle, right? How they produce the electricity? That's what I told you, right? Electricity is created by the ion channels which is present in their body, and they have the ability to store that. Okay, so store the high concentration of the ions. So that's how they will make the charge. Wherever ion concentration is happening, ion flow is happening, there you will get the charge. Okay, our body also have the charge. Our heart is have more charge, and our brain is have high charge. Okay, so electricity will be in all the living organisms. You will learn that in the plant physiology. Okay, in the first chapter of the plant physiology, we will learn about ion channels and all that. Okay, what is pomplate? Pomplate means that I'm not sure, Pawan. I think in between this, probably this one. I think. Okay, probably this one. Pomplate means. So this one is the trigon. Trigon will have the poison glands. I seen like few years ago a pomplate. It looks almost like this only. So I think this one only. Mm. So can we connect batteries to our body? So that particular this volt is very low, bro. Okay, so it's not like feasible. Okay, you can do that, but it's not feasible. Okay. Trigon, stingray, exactly. Stingray only. Okay. So yeah, we'll come back to it. So some of these have the poison sting, as you can see here. I'm just marking it, right. This way it have a poison this sting, and it have a poison gland also somewhere here. So it will sting, then it will be highly painful. Okay, severely painful. Okay, and these are edible fishes only. No, don't think these are not edible. These are edible fishes only. Okay, so yeah, so when they are normally, that's why when we are walking in the beach in Karnataka, it's not an issue. I don't know about other beaches. If you go for some foreign countries, these trigons are very threat. Trigon and torpedoes in the ocean. Sorry, this one, sea shores. Okay, normally they will come there to the shores. That's why some people also have for producing. I'm not sure about it. Like producing electricity is. I don't think so. Okay, there are some people will be there. They can't resist the electricity. They will say, I'm not sure about that also. It's not like us. You can say supernatural, but the thing is, there is some explanation will be there. Okay, the two things will happen. Either we don't know the explanation now, okay, or second one, nobody studied what's happening in there. Okay, so that's what happens, nothing else. Okay, so there will be some explanations. If you check in that, or if you thoroughly study, that will be possible. Okay. Okay. So that happens, guys. Priorities always matters. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. I heard some horn. Okay, I thought someone is calling. So I'm going to the next slide. So when you go for the sexes, so sexes are separate. Okay, they have a completely different sexes. That means male will be different and female will be different. But visibly this looks same. But the male bears claspers. Okay, as you can see here, these structures are called claspers. Don't think that these are penis. Okay, those are completely different. How it is different then? Which pins it is? Can anybody tell me? So these pins, as you can see here, right? So pelvic pins, okay. So these extended part of the pelvic pins will form elongated structures. These are called as the claspers. Okay, these are called as the claspers. So as you can see here, this one is the male and this one is the female. You can't see any claspers in the female, only you can see the claspers in the male. Okay, so these claspers will help in the accumulation of the sperm in the female. Okay, the function is exactly similar to the penis in the mammals. Okay, then why we are not calling it a penis, we are calling it a claspers? Okay, because penis is an individual kind of the organ. It have a completely different kind of origin, but these claspers don't have an individual origin. These are actually modified or folded skins of the pins only. That's why we gave a completely different term instead of using the term penis. Okay. Uh, Probably, no, no. This is pelvic pins. Okay, this is pelvic pins. This is not a bony fish. This one, right? What it is? Yeah, this is a cartilaginous fish. So it's a pelvic pins, pelvic fins. Okay. Yes. So that's why don't confuse it. And sexes are separate. How to identify it? Male bears the claspus. Okay. So not the penis. Remember that one. And fertilization is internal. So it's like compared to, similarly to the higher organisms. Okay. And these are maybe viviparous or oviparous. Okay, you know the meaning of both of that. Viviparous, it may be viviparous, some of the organisms. Okay, some of the shark varieties are viviparous, some of the shark varieties are oviparous. Okay, so depending upon the species, it will be changed. Okay, sexual dimorphism, no, there is no sexual dimorphism. Okay, exact this class first, there is no such kind of things you can find in some organisms. But if you take some of the things, the females will be larger compared to the males. That you can find. That kind of sexual dimorphism you can find in some species. Females will be larger compared to the males. Okay. That normally happens in so many organisms. Normally females will be larger. Okay. So that's the one thing. Here is some of the examples. First one is a scoliodon. That's called dogfish. That's what I told you. If you go to the fish market, this is readily available. Okay. Don't imagine this scoliodon like a very big kind of structure. Okay. This is comparatively little small. That means it will be like sometimes some feet only like 4 feet, 5 feet. Okay. So, and sometimes very tiny, like within 1 feet also. Okay. So that will be there. This is the scoliodon, and this one is the fristis. That means sawfish. Okay, and the third one is concordon. That means great white shark. This is larger. Okay, as you can see how terrible it is. You can just compare it. Is both of them look similar? Okay, but the issue is dogfish have a longer snout. Okay, this nose kind of thing is there, right? This is comparatively longer when you compare to the shark. Okay, and trigon and another options are there only. Even hammerhead is also one of the correct answer. And don't think that hammerhead is having a larger head so it can't swim. Don't think like that. Hammerhead is the one of the very good swimmer. Okay, one of the good and fastest swimmer. It can move its body like anything. Okay, so you can just watch it in the anatomy or somewhere. Okay, and another one thing I thought of telling you. Here, if you check about these pins, okay, these are complete. Sorry, last pins, right? These are actually not equal, right? This is also one of the character of these organisms, not all. Okay, in most of the organisms, these caudal pins are having the different kind of the structures when you take a when you divide into the middle line. Okay, this is called as heterocircle. Okay, so this is called as the heterocircle. The heterocircle means a different kind of the length will be there. Okay, so in sawfish, why its mouth is different? We are not sure. We are not sure why its mouth developed like that. Most probably for the fighting and all the things, but not sure. Okay, why it's developed like that only? Why not else? Okay, what is the electric ray and torpedo means? That's also example only. Yeah, that's also what is the between electric ray and top difference. You can observe here. Last picture will be different, very better. Okay, so as you can see here, torpedo and electric ray both are same. If you want to discuss about torpedo and trigon, as you can see here, torpedo have the these are the pelvic pins and these are the pectoral pins and easily observable, differentiable. Okay, but in here what happens? These are the pelvic pins, completely bigger one. Pectoral pins will be very smaller and present somewhere like this. So that's how you can differentiate. And also this caudal pin, it's a long tail-like structure it will form. It will be shorter in here. Okay, but these things are same. Electric ray. Comparatively low, anywhere below the 50 volts only. okay, comparatively low. There are some bony fishes are there. They will produce the hundreds of volts. Okay, but these have the very less volts. What you will hear, right? Hundreds of volts, all those things. Those are actually bony fish, not the chondrichthyes. Okay, so these are the example. We will come to one question. Okay, where is the question? Electric eel. Eels are bony fishes. Okay. Electric organs are found in Christie's, Gygina, Torpedo, and Chimera. Okay. So Christie's, Gygina, Torpedo, and Chimera. I will tell you what are those. I think you guys know the answer. So I don't think you guys need the meaning of those things. I will explain one more time if you guys need the answer. Yes. I'm waiting from the YouTube also. Yes. You can answer very quickly, right? So one of the easy question because now we discussed like so many times. What are those except torpedo? I'm not sure about here. Okay, in these contracts, I'm not sure about that, Pawan. Any other types of fishes? In bony fishes, you can find several of them. Okay, a kind of what is that? I forgot the name of that fish and electric eel and all those things. Bony fishes, you can find minimum 5 to 6 species. They can produce the electricity. Okay, last 10 seconds. Shark and no. I told you, right? Shark is larger, way larger, and snout is small. And dogfish is snout is long and smaller comparatively. Okay. When we first encountered the dogfish, like in the practical lab, when we are doing the dissection, we thought that it's a shark. And we thought that it's the small shark. Okay. We don't know the difference that time. So we thought that actually they had taken a small shark. It's still a developing or a baby. We thought like because what they given is almost like this only. Okay, only like 1 feet length when we are doing it in dissection. Okay, later I will tell you upon. Okay. Later we come to know that then they told sir told no, this is not a shark, this is a dogfish. Then we realized why we are doing all those things. They are similar. All the structures will be similar almost. Thousands of bro. I'm not sure. I'm ending the poll, guys. So in YouTube, everyone given the answer C, and here option A 11%, option B 9%, option C 80, and option D sorry. Nobody chosen option D. Okay, so correct. So what are these things then? We'll discuss that. First one, what is Pristis? Pristis is called rabbit fish, or it's also called as ghost fish. Okay, rabbit fish, or also called as the ghost fish. This is actually one of the largest, like a kind of different kind of fish in Chordates. Okay, why it is different? Because it has some speciality. Okay, it looks somewhat like this. As you can observe here, this is the only Chordates which have the operculum. Okay, this is the only Chordates fish, only cartilaginous fish having what? Operculum. Okay, none of the any other will have that. Yeah, and sawfish, I'm not sure about it, Manish. I'm not sure about the sawfish. We'll check here only. The photos here, right? No, I don't think so. I don't have the operculum. Sawfish. Okay, so yeah, the answer came. Leave it. Okay, Gygina means hammerhead. I missed it or what? Prestige. Oh, sorry, guys. It's not rabbit fish. Okay. So Chimera is the rabbit fish. Sorry. Prestige is sawfish, right? I missed it. Sorry for them. Yeah, I got it. Okay. So Chimera is the this one rabbit fish or ghost fish. So why it is called like this is also a kind of like which is present in the deeper oceans, and it's the only fish having the operculum. Okay, so that's the important which is related to the chimera. and these are not actually having electric organ. Electric organ, when they say, you have to think about the torpedo only, okay, nothing else, only think about that, okay. So you can remember anyway. So one of the like easy and direct question, okay. Okay, so we'll move back to the second one, that's called bony fishes. Okay, we will only see about what are these and how it will be. First things will be, these are called as osteichthyes, right? Why it's called as osteichthyes? Yes, because its endoskeleton is made up of the bones. So that's important. What you can see here, this is actually sailfish. Okay, sailfish. Why it is called sailfish? Because if you take any boat or anything, the sail will be somewhat like this only, right? Sail will be something like this, and it has a similar kind of this dorsal fin. That's why they call it as the sailfish. Okay. So when the blood cells are producing, exactly, Chintan, I forgot. Thank you for remembering me. Okay, so contact this, we will told you right. These do not have the bones. Then the question is like, from where blood is coming? Okay, so there is another one question is there. When you are growing, okay, when you are in embryo stage, the bones are not developed, but the blood will be there because heart is developed in 1 month, right? Then where the blood will came before these bones are coming? Okay, because bone is not the only organ which produce the blood. Okay, bone marrow means bone, where the bone marrow is present. Bone marrow is present inside the bone, and only the longer bones, that means your thigh bones, only those kind of bones have the ability to produce the RBC. Okay, yeah, but these are the not only the organs which can produce the RBC. Actually, in the initial day, okay, initial work, our liver is producing the RBC. Okay, liver is producing the blood. Later it will, and some other parts also will be there. Later it will reduce, and these bones will start, or bone marrow, from bone marrow will start to produce, blood will start to produce. Okay, so in these organisms also, even though they are lack of the bones, that will not become a problem, because there are some other organs, they can also produce the blood. Okay, so exactly, our body is complex. Okay, so depending upon the things, that character will be changes will happen. Okay, so in growing stage, a lot of those kind of things will happen, and livers are very important. That's why even that we will discuss later, no issue. Okay, but other than the bones also, other parts also have the ability to produce the blood. So having or not having a bones will doesn't matter to contact this, because liver and other parts will produce the blood. Okay, yeah, still unknown to us from where the blood is produced. Not something like that. Okay, so we can't say like that. We know the cells from. Are you talking about contractors, or you are talking about generally? I didn't understand, Varsha. Sir, in chicken and all, we dissect on the bones. Is that a bone? Exactly. That's what bone marrow. Okay. Generally, no. We know. Okay. We know from, we have, if you, in here, it's not at all mentioned in that way, but in human physiology mentioned like how the blood, everything will be formed. But when you go for the BSc, we will have complete flow chart. Okay. Like how the bone, sorry, how the cells will be, and how the cells will convert into RBC, and how the RBC will lose the nucleus, and how the cells will act, everything we will learn there. Okay, we do know. Yeah. Okay, yes. Okay, it's like bony fishes we are talking. This is actually sailfish, and these are all the school. These are actually school of fish. Okay, school of fish. These are called school of fish. Okay, so as we say, right, we won't say group of fish. These are called school of fish. Okay, or fish school. Yeah. So exactly, school of fish. I should not use the fish. This is a school. That's important. Enough, right? So it's eating this. All those are secondary. Okay. So we will learn about these things in next class, because it's already time now. Okay. So I'm just launching the poll, and tomorrow we will start the class proper timing only. Who are the teachers? In where? Pritam, I didn't understand. I'm launching the poll, and you can answer the poll. If you have any doubt, you can ask me now, so we will clarify it. Bony fishes, we will learn some of their character also. Okay, what are those character and all those things? What are the skills? All those things. Pritam, I didn't got it, bro. Who are the teachers? Okay, any doubts, guys? Any doubts regarding the Chordates? Uh, Correct, Manisha. Exactly. Uh, it is the teacher. Probably selfish is the teacher. All this at school. That's why it's like taking in charge. huh. Bilirubin and all the bile. This one. Mm, what we can say? Bile salts, not bile salts. Bile pigments are produced from the destruction of RBC. From there only. Thank you. Thank you. Why do you guys think when you are having fever or any disease or anything, urine will be yellow? Okay, why urine is yellow? Because a lot of RBC destruction is happening. Those RBC destruction will give a salt or pigment, a bile pigment. Okay, when bile pigment is increased in our body, it will also dissolve in urine, so urine will be yellow. Okay, why? When become too hot, when the condition is, when you are traveling, when you are not drinking water, same thing happens. It's the same thing. Okay, down there is a backbencher. Both are same, both are same. Okay, this is another one fish, but it's like away and it's small. This is probably assistant teacher. Mm, no, Tejas. There is no particular subject in biology which deals with the space. We will learn from the basics. So wherever we go, the things will be same, right? The things will be similar for everyone. So even though in a space also, the things will be same for the plants and animals. So there is no separate kind. But when you go for some MSc after that, later you can join some organization who are actually working on producing or organizing the things which are in space. Okay, producing plants and everything in there. Okay. Probably, Mohan. Nares, gills, and gill slit. Nares is just a external appendages in this organism. Okay, nares is like show off. Okay, show off like nostrils, nothing else. Gills, as I told you, is a exchange as like lungs, which help in the exchange of the gases. Gill slits are the opening where actually gills are present. Okay, this is the gill slit. Inside the gill slit, gills are present. Okay, gill slit means open. Okay, so our opening is there. In the opening, gills are present. Okay, do you start separate? I'm not sure about that, Chandana. They are saying they will start lateral entry new batches, but I'm not sure who will take class and all the things. We have to wait. No, it is not blurred. This is a uniform colored, what you can say, uh, what is this? Wall. Okay, all pink colored wall. So it's not at all blurred. And light is coming, so that's also one of the reasons. I can change my background in Zoom. I'm not doing it. Okay, guys, any more doubts? Okay, then. I will close the YouTube then, guys. We will meet tomorrow at exactly same time. Okay, not same time, 5 o'clock. Okay. Mohan. Yes, appendix is in working stage only, in the starting stages. And even though we are not sure, we will see it's a vestigial, okay. But if you ask me how much sure we can say that it's a vestigial, we are not sure, okay. So we are still working on that. There are like thousands of bacteria will be there. We are working on them, and we are working on how it will work on our complete physiology. Still, it's there. Probably now also it may have work, but it will be, well, if it is a like very small work, then it will be kept unnoticed, right? That may also happening. We don't know.